Hey, welcome out here. In this video I'd like to show you how to change the engine on a Watermaster pump. Usually these pumps well outlast the motors that they come with. As you can see, this motor isn't so good anymore. So, time to put a new one on. Start by removing the bolts that hold the motor on. These are usually 1/2 inch head. Once you have loosened all the bolts, you can simply pull the motor off. If the silicone is too tight, you may need to cut it with a utility knife, but this one's pretty loose. So here's the box with the new motor. Take it to the box. Make sure it's what we need. So it's a Kohler. Looks like the right thing. Brand new, still has plastic on it. The new motor does not come with a drive gear, so don't forget to take the drive gear from your old motor and put it on the new one. So see if it has some instructions. Now if you get a motor from Princess Auto or some other place, it might not tell you, but this motor got from Cudmore Brothers, and it says here, drill and tap a hole in the transmission for 5/16 by 11 2-inch bolt to accommodate this hole. So this motor has slightly different mounting holes than the original, and so we will need to drill and tap a hole in the transmission housing here. It's important to get this mounting surface clean so that you can get a good seal when you mount your new motor to avoid water from getting into your gearbox and damaging the gearbox, as that can get very expensive. It's a good idea to do so before changing the oil, so you don't need to worry about contaminating the oil. Now the mounting surface is clean, I'll change the oil and I'm ready to mount the motor. So I drained the oil and I see that there's a lot of junk in this gearbox, so I think I'm going to take it apart and clean it up. So the bolts around the outside hold the gearbox together as well as holding it to the pump, and these 3 smaller bolts further in simply hold the gearbox together if you decide to take it out without taking it apart. Here's the gearbox. As you can see here, the body of the Watermaster pump is a very simple design. The water simply goes around this bowl and out the exit. But I don't need the whole impeller system out. Now when you do anything with the gearbox, be sure to take note of where it was and make sure you can put it back to the same position so that your motor is mounted in the right direction. I've cleaned my gearbox and I'm ready to put it back together and fill it with oil and mount the motor. Now I'm ready to put the top plate on. Now I have the gearbox top mounted back on and I'm ready to put in oil. So put in oil to about 1/4 to 1/3 way up the ring gear. So here's the hole that I tapped, and I'm ready to mount the new motor. Mounting the motor was virtually the same as mounting the top plate. Just put a lot of silicone on the mounting surface because the motor does not have a very flat mounting surface. There's some big gaps to fill. Well, I got it set up and she pumps. Just putters away. If this helped you or you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments below.